welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. Make sure you go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Once you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Join the Clockwork crew so you'll be notified every single time that I upload, which is every single Monday, like clockwork. Guys, did you guys almost not get a video? Yeah. Are you guys getting a video next week? It's not looking like it. So let's get that out of the way first. I'm going to take a little break just for 1 week. If my dog's just barking, Jesus Christ. I'm going to take a little break for next week only because I might not be in town. And if I'm out, that's a good thing. So make sure to follow me on Instagram. Check out my stories. I will be showing a little bit there. Might do a little tiny vlog for like a shorts if I can. But other than that, there is not going to be a video next week because I just cannot. Did this video? Listen. But we're back with another Get Ready With Me, and you guys seem to like them a lot. But this one's a little different. So we're going to be revisiting the Jaclyn Hill palette. That is her first palette with Morphe that released in 2017, I believe. I know. And I still have mine. This is not a relaunch. This is the very first one from the first launch. I remember sitting in the office and like I had it open on my phone in the kitchen. I had my coworker open it. I was getting this palette. So let's take a look at it's a little old, you know. But here it is, the Jaclyn Hill x Morphe palette. As you can see, my palette is dirty. It's been used and not a lot. It kind of got used and abandoned. Sorry. But here's what it looks like if you guys don't remember. Very much an everyday palette with some pops of color. So I'm just going to revisit it and we're going to try it out and see if it still works. If So eyeshadows do expire, allegedly. So they say. I don't know. I personally would just keep using it. But they expire. So we're gonna just see how well this actually performs. And if you're ready to get into this video, make sure you go ahead and keep on watching. We're here. This palette's old, but I'm pretty sure it'll perform just as it did when it released. But I don't know what I want to do. I kind of want to use these two colors here, but I don't want the look to be too dark. So I'm not sure how I want to proceed at all. I don't know. All right. So as I said, it's not a tutorial. We're just really going in to see if it's still good and just, you know, new thoughts against old ones. Because this was the palette when it came out, like the palette. And then I didn't get the Vault palette. I didn't get her second Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette because I just had all those colors. And that's really it. But this is a very wearable, everyday palette. So I don't know how to proceed. Especially because I want to use those colors. Alright, so I'm just going to go into this like brown. It's like neutral. It's not really neutral. We're going into this brown with my large fluffy blending brush. This is just going to be my transition. The lids are already primed. You guys already know that. I'm just starting off small because I don't exactly know what I want to do right away. It's blending nicely. You guys probably won't see much until I add like some colors, but it is blending very nicely. I think it is. I don't know. So even this palette, even though it's older from 2017, it's still better than the first 9 series palette that I tried from Morphe. If you guys haven't seen, I have a few 9 series first impressions here on this channel. And those are just the 9HC9 whatever palettes. Sorry. From Morphe, they're 9-pan. They're their 9-pan series. And they're like, what, $12? So really inexpensive. And the quality is really good. The very, very first one that I tried, though, was very powdery. It was pigmented, but it was very powdery. So it was a bit of a mess in the pan. These are not that. So that's kind of crazy to me how they are completely different formulas. Even though one came a lot later, I guess they did mean that they gave Jaclyn Hill her own formula. So that's something to note, that it was not replicated in those palettes. But then those palettes they started to get really good. So I have no idea as far as that. And I'm not going to sit here and read ingredients because it's just, no. Keep telling y'all this is not hooked on phonics. So we got a little base down. Some blending going on. And so far, it's really, really nice. I did say that there may not be a video next week, and May is like strong. Like there probably won't be a video next week. But that's because like I just can't. So I don't know. Like I'm supposed to be going away and taking a trip, but I may not. I may not go. Life is really lifing in that way. I'm going to... I'm going to go into this deep shade next to the black. It'll be on the screen with my Morphe E36. And I'm going to use this as like the outer corner and a little bit into the crease, because I do want to use those two darker shades. But yeah, so life is lifing. And even though this trip has been planned, like my flight's been booked for almost a year. Whoa, this is really dark. And I barely took any for almost a year. And I don't want this to be so dark to look. Sorry. It's been planned. Well, not really planned, but my flight's been booked for over a year. But like last minute stuff has come up with the house as of this year. And like just a lot. I'm going to soften this up. But I think this is about as much as I want to go. Yeah, so like it's cut into my little trip, and that's pretty trash, but I'm still trying to figure it out. And as I'm saying this, like when this video comes out, it's the week that I'm supposed to be leaving, and I don't even know if that's going to happen, which is pretty sad, but hopefully it'll work out. It's like even too expensive for me to go pick up my rig, my skydiving rig that's finally ready. And it's just like, Lord, the stress. Only because when everything goes wrong in your life, you know what happens? The check engine light comes on. So it's just like I can't even drive my car all the way upstate to go get it. And I have to see if they could ship it to me. It's just a lot. Like it's just life been lifing. And people have been very annoying. And that's very whack of them. But yeah, so I chose this deeper shade because it has like a purple undertone, but it's very dark, and I didn't want the look to be too dark because my next few looks, like my birthday shoot is going to be a pretty dark look. My cyberpunk look was pretty dark as well, but just like the way that went about. My friend wrote me, he's like he wants to do this, he has this idea for Cyber Monday for his brand. That's Paramedic Designs. If you didn't see that video, check out the video and check out my Instagram because those pictures came out fire. Okay? They look so good. You already know me and links to the end. And of course, he'll be there for my birthday shoot again, which we always film and do the shoot a whole month in advance. So this week, make sure you're watching my Instagram so you can get some first behind the scenes for that shoot, and you'll get to see the theme. Like I kind of said the theme in like a behind the scenes video. I'm not saying which one that it was recently released, but I definitely said the theme. So if you're paying attention and you know what it is, then you know what it is. If you don't, then I don't know what to tell you. You have to wait like everybody else. But for you guys on Instagram that have me on Instagram, you won't have to wait that long. Large fluffy blending brush. We're just gonna go ahead back into that brown just to like buff it out. But yeah, so sorry. So far these shadows are blending very nicely. Super pigmented still, like, whew. Because this is old, from 2017, 5 years. But yeah, so this palette was like 5-6 years old. and it looks good, but I want colors. So now I don't know if I want to cut the crease or not. Let's see. I'm just gonna use this shader brush. This is from the Morphe X. I'm not gonna say his name. I don't really like the quality of these brushes, but I just want to try to see real quick if the pigment is there without having to cut the crease, because I don't want to cut the crease. I'm not really happy about it, but I'm going to keep going. So this is the purple, and it's going to be on the middle of the lid, and I'm just going to keep packing it in before I add the blue. So I'm not really doing like a swiping motion, I'm just packing it in to really get that build up, since I'm not cutting the crease because I just don't want to. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same on the other side. So I didn't cut the crease because I absolutely did not want to, and I felt like the colors that I wanted to use were dark enough that I didn't have to, and I know how to apply neatly, you know, all of those things. But I did have to go in and add a glitter primer on top of the purple and then add some more for the pigment. It just wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And it's not because this is an old palette, because I remember using it the first time and using those colors, the purple and the blue, and it wasn't doing what I needed to do then either. So that's something that I did not like. Like the neutral shades, of course, like this pink one, it's gonna be on the screen. This pink shimmer is, I think it's very similar to the one in the middle. Well, I don't know if it's still in the middle, but it is the pink iridescent shade that is in the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place, which is my favorite, and that is included in my go-to like if I need to get out and just look cute and look like I did something, that's what I do with just a brown, and it works perfectly. But the other, they're fine, you know? But these, I remember that purple and that blue was just not, it wasn't dark enough. So I actually went into the teal, which applied a lot better without me cutting the crease and without a glitter primer. So I'm just gonna do that on the other side. But that is something that I definitely remember, like that I did not like the purple. So I was like, I'm not gonna do the darker blue. Again, just like a flat shader brush. This one is just from Zoeva. I'm just going to go ahead and add that color on. And I didn't want the look to be too dark. Again, my birthday look is gonna be pretty dark, so nothing too crazy. And I did want this pop of color because I do have an LA Girl eyeliner that's like it's like a mint. I think it's called Fresh, but it's like a spearmint color, and I think it'd be perfect for the waterline just to make the eyes pop a little bit. But yeah, guys, that is definitely something I remembered about the palette. And you know, you never, like, it wasn't until using it I was like, oh yeah, that wasn't great. But all of the mattes, beautiful. They still blend beautifully. The deeper shade that I used on the outer corner, super pigmented. I just used the smallest tap in the palette and it was perfect. But I don't know, that just wasn't it. And let me just go ahead and make it a little bit even. You guys know my eyes are two different shapes, but this color is really pretty, and I think it was closer to the blue on my shirt anyway, even though it's not really. I wanted something a little different just to brighten up the look, you know. I'm gonna go back in with the purple just to blend those two colors together here. But yeah, I was not feeling that. I was like, what? And I definitely had to use a glitter primer. So if you cut the crease and use a primer, it probably would look a lot better the first go around instead of having to learn like, oh, that girl. But yeah, wasn't happy about that. And I'm just gonna go ahead back into the outer corner shade and just blend it a little bit more together. And the reason I use this, I didn't want it to be too blown out or too smoky. I am gonna use the same shade to smoke with the lower lash line when I do my base and finish up the look. But yeah, I think it's okay. I think it looks good. Oh, and I was saying, like, I use this outer corner shade because it does have like purple undertones, and I think it goes well here. I don't like shimmers across the whole lid, so this is definitely okay. Like, I think it looks pretty. I love the color combo. I think with the lower lash, once it's smoked out a little bit and I add the eyeliner, it'll be great. But this palette is just, I think if you had it, if you can still get it, I have no idea if you can. This is a great beginner palette, and it was my first palette when I started learning to do makeup. It just had a lot of, like, look at it. Look at it. You could do a lot of things. You could do a smoky eye. You could do a neutral look. You have a little bit of, like, 2 pops of color, really, if we're going to be honest. You could definitely do a nice fall look with this whole half. You could do a brighter fall look. You could do, like, if you use these here down that way, that would be dope. But it just didn't have a lot. Like, if you're afraid of color and you want to try color, that's what this palette was for, which is exactly why I got it. I didn't know how to do my makeup. I am self-taught. For next year, it is a goal to get my certification. I just need the models to do so. That's really all it is. If you're in the New York City area, if you're on Long Island, let me know in the comments down below or DM me on Instagram. I am looking for some models to just finish up the homework, because it is, I'm not gonna lie, it is easy for me to do it. You probably be featured in a video, and I think I'll give you guys, like, I'll give the models a goodie bag of just some stuff that I think you should have in your makeup kit if you're getting into makeup, stuff like that, as a thank you, because I just want to get it done. Like, that is literally the only thing holding me back from working on movie sets. And Shayna also, every time she has a bad makeup artist on set, she's like, oh my god, they were so bad. And she's like, you need to do it. So, like, just keep that in mind if you guys want to be a model for me and help me elevate this thing, because doing makeup full time would be a dream. Because my job right now also adding to the stress, and life is falling apart for me. So yeah, but here's what it looks like. It's a really good palette. So you know what, actually, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up the look, and then we can talk a little bit more about this. You guys ready? Okay, so here's the final look. I didn't give you guys a slow-mo, but it's just the lids, but we're gonna do a little, okay.
This right here is my this right here, this right here is my this right here is my this right here is my.
Right, so that is it. I think the look came out really, really nice. I think the shadows still blend really well together. The shimmers, the purple, not my favorite. And after using this so many years later, I remember that I didn't like the purple to begin with. Now, this is a great first palette for anyone learning to do their makeup, although I don't even know if it's still around. So if this is the first palette that you had, I believe you are destined for great things in this beauty community, because I am. And that's it. But it's a really great palette. I think if you are a working makeup artist and you had this at the time, this was a great palette. You have a lot of neutrals, a lot of soft browns. You have a lot to work with here. You can have a bunch of different looks. It's just that the pops of color were not popping enough. If I remember correctly, when I tried that teal, the matte one, it wasn't great. This is actually a deep green. That was okay. But the purple and the blue, so for those, you're going to want to probably cut the crease and still go ahead and use a glitter primer just to make those work, because they need work. They did. So for this look, I honestly believe that my liner really brought it all together. I went ahead and used my LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner. This is in Fresh. I knew the name. It's just so gorgeous. If you guys know, I use these a lot for pops of color. I also use liquid lipsticks if I have to, but if I don't have to and I have the color in these, I'm going to use it. These glide on so creamy. They're so pigmented. They're not expensive. And literally, if I could find, whenever I see them, I just buy them. I think I'm going to have to do a whole video on just these because I want to buy so much more. I have purple, I have pink, I have neon green, I have a blue, I have a coral. I need and I want all of them. They are beautiful. I need them. I do. Of course, I did go in with my NOAD Cosmetics Hot Shot Highlighter. I had to. The lip combo is a little different. I actually went in with a black lip liner because it was more of a darker look and I wanted to keep that. I had used my Dose of Colors Nude Mood in the center. And then I topped it with this lip gloss from SheGlam. And that is Shein. Don't get it twisted. It is the shade In Disguise. I just felt like it was really pretty and it matched my highlight. And I thought it would, you know, be cute. That is actually it, guys. Thank you for revisiting this palette with me. I know it's a little bit of a different video, but I feel like I think I need to do this. I feel like it should be a series, revisiting my older palettes. I have an Urban Decay palette that I got as a birthday gift around, honestly, literally the same time that I got this, and I had so many different colors, but when I used it, I was like, I hated it, okay? Super chalky. I don't like any of their shadows. So when they come up with new whatevers, I don't want it. I shy away from them. I just can't. If you guys want an updated video on palettes that I hate, I could do that too. I don't think I have any more palettes that I hate. I think I can do another video of my current top 10 palettes or my top 10 eyeshadow palettes for 2022 since the year is over. I don't know how we got to December. Also adding to anxiety and depression because what have I done? Did I do any of the things that I needed to do? I don't know. I didn't get my new planner for 2023 yet. Something that has to be done. If you guys want a video on how I set up my planner for content creation and YouTube and like my life, let me know. I asked you guys 2 years ago when I first got my planner and y'all didn't say nothing. So that's on y'all. But I don't know. December's a lot. I have a lot of things to do. I have my shoot this week. I'm supposed to, hopefully, fingers and toes crossed, eyes too. Hopefully I make my trip to Cali and I can just actually relax and skydive. I don't know. It's so much going on. And if I do take my trip, there is not going to be a video next week. Check out my community tab. If you're subscribed, make sure your notification bells are on. And I'm going to say that in a minute on the outro, but I need the notification bells to be on so that I can keep you guys updated and anything going on because I may miss a week. For the first time in the 3 years that I've been on YouTube, I may miss an upload day. But you are still going to get an upload for my birthday. You guys know I show you guys my behind the scenes. But if you want to see my behind the scenes as they are happening, you need to be following me on Instagram because that's where it's going to be. That's where it goes down. Whew. Okay. But guys, if there are any palettes that you want me to revisit, older palettes that I may have, if you guys want me to go into the Urban Decay palette, I will do it for you guys, but I hate it. I hate it so much. I really do. But I thought this would be an interesting palette to go over, the Jaclyn Hill palette, because it is my first actual eyeshadow palette that I've ever bought when I started to get into makeup. That is when I started to get into makeup. I honestly just wanted to learn to do makeup to look nice for my birthday pictures for my 21st birthday. My first 21st birthday. So there's that. But that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, for rocking with me. If you liked the video, make sure you go ahead and like the video. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. All feedback is good. Engage with me. But yeah, and comment down below any videos that you'd like to see here on this channel. I know I have not done a like candy in months, but life has been lifing extra hard this year, and I honestly have not been able to deal with it. I can't. I'm not dealing with it well. So there's that. But that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. So if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Once you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Join the Clockwork crew so you'll be notified every single time that I upload, which is every single Monday like clockwork, but maybe not next Monday. I'm not sure yet. Look out for my community tab. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time.